This man right here from Delaware is in the Manatee County Jail. He's charged with murder in a nearly 30-year-old cold case. Stephen Ford was living in St. Pete when his girlfriend disappeared. Doris Korell's body was found later in a ditch along US 41 in Palmetto. And tonight, 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst spoke to Korell's daughter, who hopes she'll finally get justice.
She was loving, caring.
Laura Gaddy says her mom, Doris Korell, was her best friend.
She was excited that I was pregnant with my first child.
Korell moved from Maryland to this duplex in St. Petersburg with her boyfriend in the summer of 1996. She talked to Gaddy every day.
She loved the beach, she loved the sun, so she decided she lived here all her life, so she wanted to move on.
Only a few months later, Gaddy says her mom stopped answering her calls, so she filed a missing persons report. Days later, her mother's body was found on the side of the road in Manatee County. Her car found wiped clean in a St. Pete Mall parking lot.
He was the prime suspect.
From the beginning, detectives focused on the boyfriend, Stephen Ford, but without physical evidence to connect him to the murder, the case went cold. Until a few years ago, when Detective Charles Butler reviewed the case.
I would call or come down there and visit them, and we just worked through everything until they figured they had a good, substantial case to go ahead and make an arrest.
Detectives say in court records that Ford lied to them about a storage unit full of Korell's things and tried to kill himself after questioning. They say the circumstances in totality are enough to charge Ford with second-degree murder 28 years later.
I'm going to learn of new, things that I don't know. And I'll be able to ask the questions that I have.
Questions she hopes are answered when Ford goes on trial.
Why he did it with the weapon that he used, and what was the purpose of doing it, and then disposing of her body.
In St. Petersburg, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.
And adding to anguish for her all these years is that both she and Ford lived in Delaware, and she felt like she always had to watch her back. She'll be in Bradenton on Friday to watch Ford make his first court appearance.